helps to put myself on the screen. Hello, everybody. I wouldn't be me if I didn't mess up. Good to see everybody. Hello. Hello. Do I sound okay? Hope everybody is doing okay today. What a busy day. I am worn out. So hopefully I got all of what happened last time out of me so that I'm calmer tonight. Good to see everybody. Glad you're here. What a day. I want a show of hands in the chat. How many of you got to see the trial today? Or were in the chat or anything, or watching the chat fly by? Let me know. Let me see a show of hands and I'll keep an eye on you. I wanted to say hi to everybody while you're showing me your hands. So, Mel Mac, good to see you. Glad you're here. Hi, Mark. Good to see you. Hey, Sec. Dawn. Hi, Dawn. Good to see you. Oh, there's Captain Unicorn lurking in the bushes. Hi, Gigi. Good to see you. That's probably Gigi, but I pronounce it Gigi because that's a favorite movie of mine. So I French it up. Let's see here. Paranormal or Witchy. Hi, Witchy. Good to see you. Trinity. Good to see you. Hi, Sandra. Dawn Marie. Hello. Dawn Marie, let me do something real quick. Hold on 1 second. There. Okay. Took care of that. Let's see. Hi, Undercover Angel. Good to see you. Ronnie, good to see you. Let's see. Shara P, good to see you. Atlanta Girl, good to see you. Hi, Gyps. And I got to the bottom. I did that fast. Addie is very tired. My brain is, well, my head is quite sore. I have a stress headache. Today was quite the day. I don't know who was there in chat or who wasn't. Let's see. Ooh, let's see the hand. Sandra was there. Ronnie, Dawn, Trinity, LA. Hi, LA. I missed you. Hi. Good to see you. Oh my goodness. But today, um, our network hit um, 1 million subscribers, and the live all day long had the highest number was 220,000 live viewers, and the chat was moving so fast that I pretty much the only thing I could do as a moderator was to pin my name at the top so that at least people could see. And I wanted to thank all my moderators who were there and who were trying to be there, but the room was flying. We got picked up, or we got visited by a well-known gamer. I think his name is XQ. He's, oh, I don't remember XQC. I think it is on Twitch, a Twitch gamer, and he mentioned that he was watching the trial with us on our network, and all of his fan base decided to join us. So we had a huge influx, and it's awesome. I hope that after the trial ends that they continue to enjoy trial watching, because trial watching is a lot of fun. But it was an amazing day. I will admit that I boohooed. I recorded the countdown changing to 1 million subscribers, and it's been a long 7 years. I started, like I told you before, I started working that YouTube channel in 2015 for Court Chatter. Then it was picked up by Jan Abrams and Law and Crime, and he acquired Court Chatter's channel and our website. And my friend Cathy Russon, who was Court Chatter and still is to a lot of people, um, we became part of the Law and Crime family. And I continued to work the YouTube channel and have worked it ever since. So 5 years with Law and Crime, and 2 years prior to that, so a total of 7 years. Up until about a month ago, I have a partner now who works with me and is the most amazing guy. He is he he does what I couldn't do, and I'm not the greatest with the graphics. You can kind of tell by my thumbnails. It's kind of, but um, he is amazing, and what he's done for our network in a very short time. When he came on, we had 720,000 subscribers, and so in the last month, it went from 720 to over 1 million subscribers. Right now, it's probably about, what is it, 1,000 or 1 million, and it was 1,030,000 something or other, big numbers that I cannot say out loud. But I'm very excited, very happy for our network, and very honored to be a part of something that basically is trending on YouTube. We were trending on the lives, and we were trending on videos that have been uploaded. And the Depp trial has really pushed everything. It's been amazing. The other trial we had that was big um, was the Rittenhouse trial before that, but this has tripled or whatever over top. It has just blown up, and I'm honored to be a part of it. But anywho, so did anybody see today's cross examination? I was able to pay attention to quite a bit of the trial, and I found uh it got me a lot. It got me in the PTSD. it, it, I was in the background pretty much hyperventilating the entire time he was talking. On top of that, and then on top of everything else with the watching everything blow up, it was a stress filled, very very big day. But yes, let's see. I want to see something real quick. Hello, glad you are here. I'm sorry, that's a lot. That wonderful name right there. Rittenhouse trial was heartbreaking. Rittenhouse was. I absolutely am the one. I'm the one. I was absolutely okay with how Rittenhouse ended. I was good with the verdict on that. Um, I know that's not popular, but I had a feeling it was going to go that way, and it did. Um, but let's see. I want to see what I'm gonna. I see some questions. Um, Captain Unicorn is in the background, going to be helping me with some questions. Hopefully, he's in there listening. Can you hear me? He's gonna be reading the chat and putting up some stuff for me to answer. Because yesterday or whenever it was I was on last, what day was that? Whatever day that was, I found it a little bit difficult to read the chat and talk at the same time. So he's helping me, but he may have gone to feed the animals or something. Oh, there's some questions up there. Can you take a look in the room and kind of pop those up on the screen? I saw one from Don Marie. It's up there. Yes. Don Marie asks, how do you think the cross-examination did for Johnny? I think that he laid so much out in his in the direct exam about his past and stuff like that, that whatever was going to be thrown at him was basically, I don't see that it hurt anything. It didn't hurt anything. It hasn't hurt anything so far. He's continues on Monday. We'll continue the cross exam. There's no trial tomorrow. So we have something going on, and I think it's a sentencing. I forgot what it is. You have to keep up with the network to find out what tomorrow's thing is. It sentencing or something? It'll be on exam at some point. Just I'll try and post it in my community if I remember what time that sentencing, if anybody wants to watch anything else on the network tomorrow. But he'll be back. The trial for the Johnny Depp will be back on Monday, same time, 10 Eastern. I just felt that they laid out the defense. I mean, the defense, his case so well that whatever was brought up so far hasn't been damaging yet. Even though it was very hard to hear, a lot of the audios that were played were quite difficult to hear. Several times I kind of had to stand up and walk around a little bit and sit back down because it was quite intense. A lot of the recordings that were done as he, yes, Jip says is what I feel. He handled it well because I think he was well prepared. He has always said something that I agree with. Now, I'm not taking a side yet. I'm looking at both sides, and my whole thing is I know that they are both going to bring things to the table to try to make, or, to try to prove their point, do what they need to get done in the trial. But is going to bring who's going to bring the most damaging, or if that's even a thing, who's going to bring the hardest um, uh, testimony, or the things that need to be brought out. I think that, let's see, and keep them up on the screen so I can see what they say. Yes, thank you. Addie, when do you think Amber will be on the stand? That was a question asked. I think I actually remember you asking it in the 220,000 viewers that were in there. I think I remember that you asked that, and I wasn't sure if I answered it at the time, but usually what happens is you need to get through all of get through his the rest of his cross, and if they redirect or whatever, then once his side rests, then Amber's side her case will be up, and then we have to see, are they going to bring how many witnesses are they going to bring before she takes the stand? So she'll take the stand later on, most likely in her case, and so there's no real way of determining when that's going to happen. It just depends on how long their case, how many witnesses they have, and that kind of thing. He is going to be going into next week. I think that he's going to be all of Monday with the cross. I wouldn't be surprised. And then you have to go through redirect after the cross. So that could be, it depends on how long that's going to take. The trial is, Addie, do you know how long this trial will last? The trial was slated to last 6 weeks. We are in, what are we in, week 3 or 4? time. I think we're about 4 weeks in, so we have a couple more weeks, but I do know that there's a span of time. I think it's a 1 week that they have already scheduled to not be in session. So during this period, there'll be a week where there won't be any trial. So we'll have other stuff going on the network, and we'll, be bringing all kinds of other, whatever comes up during that week. Sometimes we have hearings and that kind of thing for the network. I see this one. I'm gonna put this up, Captain Unicorn, because that's the one I just saw. Question, Addie, I know you are moderator, but do you have a resume? Do I have a resume or no? Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about myself and why I do what I do. Or I do not. I'm simply the moderator who runs the YouTube chat. Started running the channel for the network when it was purchased, like I said at the beginning of this, for Court Chatter, who was Cathy Russon, who is the executive producer of Law and Crime Network. She and I have been friends a very long time. We worked together way before. We've been together way before, probably right after the Jodi Arias case ended. I found another site that I started going to, and she happened to be in the chat, and we just all started watching trials and stuff together. And that's where we met. And then we moved from there as trial watchers. I mean, just housewives sitting at home. That's what we did. And we said, hey, let's do this so we can make a little, a channel and a website and a chat for people to sit and watch trials together. And we did. And then Dan Abrams that was I created the YouTube channel in 2015 for Court Chatter. And then Dan Abrams of Live PD, who is the producer of Law and Crime Network, found our YouTube channel and our website, and liked what he saw and acquired Cathy, who is Court Chatter, and she brought me with her, and we became part of the Law and Crime team. So we both basically turned a hobby into what I call a career of watching trials and learning about it, and everything that we know is because we've watched trials for a long time, since before the Jodi Arias case is how long I've been watching trials. First trial I ever actually attended in person was a friend of mine had a family member who actually it, it it was a bad situation, and I don't know if it's okay. She's actually in the chat. I see her. If she doesn't mind, I would. If she says yes, I'll mention it. If not, I won't. But because of that, I got really started having a love for trials. So no, I am not a lawyer. I call myself an armchair lawyer. My my degree comes from Armchair University, but it's just from years and years of doing it and watching trials and um, that kind of stuff. But okay, so yes, she says it's okay right here. So this is my dear friend Rebecca. In 1984, her niece Amber was murdered by a serial killer named David Allen Lucas, and we attended the trial. I went a few times. I think she pretty much went to the whole trial. He is still on death row. You can look him up. He's in Murderpedia. The entire thing is there. But because of that case, it kind of led to where I'm at now. And maybe one day, if she wants to or whatever, I would love to maybe talk with her live if she would like to come on panel and discuss it. But I've asked, and I leave it up to her if she'd ever would like to do that. Yes, LA, no problem. So no, not a lawyer. Probably, if I were to do it all over again, I would go to school to be a paralegal. I don't really want to be a lawyer. I want to be the one doing the stuff behind the scenes. I don't do well standing up in front of people. I can barely do this. But anyway, let's see. Anyway, so, I want to see. Oh, yes. The Jodi Arias trial. That was, by the way, Jodi Arias' lawyer, Kirk Nurmi, is he's a guest that comes on our network. He does a lot with during the weeks. He's usually there. I think he was there this week. He does a lot on the Law and Crime Daily. He'll do episodes of that with our Law and Crime Daily crew. He is a very, very nice man. He follows me on Twitter and retweets me, and I die. I'm like, oh, Kirk Nurmi just retweeted me. But he is a very sweet man, and it's neat to be where we're at. I mean, to where Cathy and I are, because we get to meet these people and see them. Jose Baez was a guest recently on our network, and that was awesome. Very, very neat. And let's see. Somebody said something. Who put this up? Hey, Jen. Jen, did I make you a? Yes, I did. Okay. Jen is one of Dawn Marie and Jen, and also LCL Linda. I don't know if she's here. She's probably sleeping. She's probably worn out. They are the moderators with me that work in the chat for the network, and usually you can see them chatting, but with 220,000 viewers, most of which are talking in the chat, you barely get to, you can't see them. You can't. So I'm so sorry. I try to put their when they're putting stuff in the chat, I try to put it up on the screen. Thank you, Lindsay. Lindsay, it's tiring. I don't ever want my mods to think that I'm trying to, be the only one in there. But since right now we can only really see one moderator because the room's flying, and I've been pinning my comments or whatever to the thing, because I have the ability to pin from inside because I run the channels. So I get access to not only the chats, but I also get access to the back end of YouTube. So I'm pinning my stuff and from inside. So it's just easier for me to type it and me to put it out there and pin it when we're going. So my moderators work their buns off. They do a great job. Two of our moderators also are moderators for somebody, I don't know if anybody knows who Duty Ron is. Duty Ron is another great YouTuber. Great man. He has a great channel as well. And they moderate for him as well. Let's see. This one here, it's awful what happened to him and the prosecutor and the detective after that trial. Oh, yeah. Oh, Kirk Nermy? Or is that who you're talking about? I kind of switched subjects and that thought went right out my head. Hi, Connie M. Good to see you. Hi, Corinthians. Good to see you. Yes, he wrote, it was Kirk Nermy wrote a book. I don't have a copy of it. I should probably see if I could find it and get a copy of it. Yes, very nice man. Yeah, he put up with a lot. I don't really want to go too far into that, but he put up with a lot. That was an awesome trial. Oh, Sandra knows who Duty Ron is. Yes, Duty Ron is awesome. I like him very much. Oh, good. Connie M is sub to Duty Ron as well. That's cool, Connie. Duty Ron, yes, Ron is awesome. I love him. Hi, nannies. Good to see you. And another trial coming up. Yes, Daybell. But let's get back on what I wanted to talk about was the Depp thing today. So we'll kind of try to hop back into that a little bit more. Today's testimony was rough. A lot of stuff that was played. And I have a feeling that they both knew that they were being recorded. Hey, Gina, good to see you. I think that they both knew that they were recording each other. I think they knew, at least for the audios. I know that it was said at one point that they knew. So I wonder how much of what was said on these audios was stuff they knew would eventually come out. That's just my take on it. I just found it very, very movie-esque. A lot of the stuff there. I was gonna kind of show some of the tweets that Cathy Russon put out. Be sure to follow Cathy Russon. That's her. I'll type her Twitter name here. She tweets everything about all of the trials we cover, every trial, and she can tweet up to at least 4 or 5 trials at once. She is amazing what she does. Her tweets are fantastic. She covers stuff, and I mean, she puts stuff. The information that she provides is amazing. I wanted to kind of show a little bit of her tweets, not all of it, just a little bit. But be sure to subscribe and keep up with her during the trial. It's very difficult for us to show everything that is coming out in the trial. So a lot of stuff will be tweeted out by Cathy. She will tweet out the pictures. A lot of the stuff that was in the trial today, she's tweeted out. Be sure to follow the network. A lot of what was out also is archived. All of the trial is archived. So if you want to go back and watch any part of it, it is all archived on our main YouTube channel. But Cathy's, let me see if I can share. Let me get this thing here. I'm not looking at the heavens. I'm looking at the monitor that's up there. So let me see if I can share it. Share the screen. Let's see. So we had this stuff today. Some of the stuff was just heartbreaking to see and hear. there were pictures and stuff that came out that Cathy also has tweeted out. Let's see. So this is it. So a lot of some of the stuff that you can only imagine what the situation was between the two of them. Very volatile on both sides. Um, Neither one of them were innocent, and that's why I'm standing in the middle right now. Um, it, Once this trial is done, I can say a little bit more of my thoughts on it. But just watching both sides and hearing both sides, it is very, very difficult. Difficult. Look, if you can see what Cathy has put some of the fine points about what you guys can go back and on her Twitter and read all of the texts that were in the trial today that were posted. A lot of the black that you see is what's called redaction. They redact certain things that need to not be shown to the public. But you can see what Depp had to say. Oh goodness, it's hard to read some of this stuff. I really struggle. You can see it. I'm going to let it scroll and you guys read it. It's difficult. I think there are points like right here in this one. I think that there are points in his battles that he was going through that he tried to stop the stuff he had going on as far as his drinking and all that stuff. It was he struggled with that quite a bit. I noticed. He didn't hide anything. He was very honest about everything that he's been through. And if anybody wants to chime in on what your thoughts are on how he has been in the cross, that would be awesome too. But from what I am hearing and what I heard today is that I just felt like he was not hiding anything. He says to who is it, Bethany? I'm going to properly stop the booze, I think, darling. Drank all night before I picked Amber up. Ugly mate. No food for days. I think he truly did struggle with the things that happened to him in his past. And that's why a lot of what he had or what he's, got going on is, and how what happens in his relationship is from his past. Just me sunshine says, Addie, they really proved nothing today. Everything in from everything in from the UK trial. That's what a lot of people were saying. That I could see in chat is that it was kind of like, everything that the Cross was trying to bring out was stuff that he has not had an issue in admitting to. Sandra says, I loved it when he said, he would go, Mr. Rottenborn. Every time was it when he started yesterday, he did a lot of the Mr. Rottenborn. I didn't hear it as much today, unless you guys did. A little distracted with the chat room, but so it's so I'm sure. Oh, just me. I was trying to see what you said. It had nothing to do with the case. I'm not sure what. Let me see what I missed. Instant karma. I want to see this one. I'm only worried that some states consider smashing bottles, slamming cupboards, to be considered DV. We'll have to see how that plays out. The finger thing just made me wince. Oh, that was hard. I don't know if anybody heard what had happened in that. Is that a vodka bottle? She threw a vodka bottle at him, and it basically splintered his finger. The pictures are out there. A lot of the pictures are on our in the archives of our network's playlist for the trial. We have a lot of really good clips that our one of our editors put together. Let's see. Yes. Instant Karma says, I'm finding the trial interesting and extremely strange and sad. Yes. The whole thing is sad. I wonder what makes someone choose to be in a relationship that is volatile like that. You know, that it's not one-sided from what I'm seeing. It's the volatility is on both sides. Um, but what makes a person choose? Is it their past? Is it something that from their uh, growing up or anything like that? I don't know. um Shara says JD's early career, he denounced his American citizenship and went to France. He sure kept making money in the US though. I didn't respect him for that. Okay. I that's an opinion that I can understand that being something that let me see. Yeah. Thank you, Dawn, for posting Cathy's thing. A lot of the stuff I want you guys to be able to go back and just scroll through Cathy's Twitter. She posts the most amazing things. Um, really gets all the info out there. She has some great clips from the trial posted on it, and but let's see. Yeah, there is a lot of redaction. Whoo, that's a lot. Uh, so the constant. I thought that the one of the ones your clips that you guys will like is the back and forth. I don't know if it'll play. I don't think you can hear it. I don't know. Let me know if you can't. Then I won't do it. But let's see. I don't know if you can hear that. That it's not playing, is it? Okay. That don't worry about it. Just go to her thing. You can watch all of her clips that she took during the trial. Um, but yes, um, as far as my thoughts on it so far, I do think that I don't think that Cross is going to really shake him. Not yet. They haven't yet. As far as what I can tell, they have not shaken him yet. Um, like I said, he already spoke about the major stuff. I'm sure that they're going to bring things out that he didn't think about, or maybe that he didn't know she had. I'm sure that there's some recordings or whatever that she had that he may not have known about, and she kept them, and so it was brought out. I had some issues watching her in her demeanor. If you notice you saw in the things that you could um, see that we had her uh, on the screen, or that we have the two shots so you can see them side by side. I struggled a bit with some of her facial expressions during her while she was listening. There are a couple times I actually saw her. Hi, Spartan Dan, good to see you. I struggled with some of her uh, smirks. Um, I know she knows the camera's on her. I know she knows. So it was like I felt like she was sort of playing to the camera. It looked like she was looking at the camera, but I don't think that's the case. I think the camera's just in the shot that where it's positioned. It looks like she's looking in the camera, but um, she wasn't really. I'm going to see. Okay, so actually, in my opinion, and another lawyer, Amber's lawyer, wasted some excellent chances to prove he was a wife. You that. um, okay, I very well could have. I struggled. Now, I know that in cross examination, if you remember from the Jodi Arias time with the cross examination, a lot of people had a lot of problems with the defense's demeanor and whatever towards her, or even in most defense, uh, when defense gets up to do their cross is about impeachment. You're there to impeach the person. You're there to, to bring out what needs to be brought out. And in this case, it's the same thing. Cross is there to bring out the stuff that to win the case, to whatever you do. Now, this is a civil case, so it's different. This is a defamation case, civil case, so there's no um, defense, prosecution, defense in that manner, but you still are doing a cross, and you're still doing impeaching, and you're still bringing stuff out. So I just don't think yet that, from what I've seen today, that he that they are bringing out strong enough stuff to do what Amber wishes or wants, done, to get not have to deal with this defamation case. Let's see. Instant Karma says, smiling at the end of the illegal taping of Johnny, thanks to Johnny pointing out, shows her true colors. Yes, she smirked a lot of things. Now I know she's thinking of things and she's hearing things and she's writing them down. Everybody was like, what's she writing? What she's writing? She's writing notes and stuff, probably during his direct, to give to her lawyers, so that when they do the cross, she adds her stuff. We'll ask him this, say this, do this. A lot of times, I'll just say defendants or whatever will have a part and of their case, and they are instructed to take notes, to write down points, and to say, bring this up, say this, this is this, so they're writing this stuff down so that they are an active part in their own case. I struggle with the facial expressions. And Instant Karma says, congratulations to Law and Crime. Law and Crime for the million subs. And we were up to 220,000 live viewers by the end of the trial. The trial, by the time it was over, it had 2.5 million views, I think it was, today. So yeah, it was a doozy. It was a doozy of a case, and I'm very proud to be a part of Law and Crime. Hi, Ablavi, good to see you. Let's see. And Gyps, I thought the same about her adding yes, that's the thing. This is the first time really that I've seen a case where actors are involved. And so to me, and especially, I'm going to just say it about Johnny, I think that he was playing the role of Johnny Depp. I think Johnny Depp is the role that helps him get through life. I think with all the issues and stuff, he's got that persona, and that persona gets him through. That's his Johnny Depp persona. That's just my take. Not that he's, an odd person and has different personalities. I don't mean that, but I mean, a lot of us have different parts of us or different characteristics of us that help us get through hard times. And I kind of think that that's what I was sort of seeing. Maybe I could be 100% wrong. I don't know, but I kind of I saw a lot of Johnny Depp on the stand. His slow and methodical speech, some people found that annoying. I found it deliberate and trying to make a point. He's just that kind. That's how he is. That's the way he, how he talks and stuff. In any event, jury is asked, with not judging him about all his crap. Did she defame him only to ask for this jury? Difficult to see. Sorry, I'm struggling. To see and understand law and not judge. I have to read that again. Jury is tasked with not judging him about all the crap. Did she defame him only? Okay, I cannot make this out. I'm so sorry. The jury is to listen to the facts of the case, to Kirk, or maybe, I see maybe he's coming on to help me. Are you coming on to help me, honey? Okay, hold on. He has to help me with this because I can't make this one out. Here he comes. Want me to add you? Sorry. Oh, just Just put your turn your camera off and don't have your camera on. No, not that camera, on the thing. It says stop cam. There you go. Okay, now I'll add you, okay? Hello. I can't hear you. Do you have your I'm not hearing you. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure my
Oh, it helps if I have my mic turned on. It's my mic.
Okay, there you go. I
Yeah.
had it. Okay.
And we're
Hi.
live.
Sorry, I need my husband to help me. Please
Okay.
tell me what
In
that
any
says.
event, jury is tasked with not judging him about all that crap. Did she defame him? Only task for this jury. Okay, it's defamatory, right? The jury's only task is, did she defame him?
Thank you.
Difficult to
That's
see,
right.
understand law and not judge. Okay,
Right.
what is the law versus is he a dick? You know, that kind of thing.
Oh, sorry about that. I struggled. Yes, they're not supposed to look at. They're supposed to look at the facts and the evidence. What evidence are they bringing in a defamation case? Now, this is difficult for me to because this is the first time I've seen a civil case. Usually, we do um, criminal cases. So for me, this is a whole different matter. Are what evidence? The evidence is in the videos. The what is being shown or whatever um, is what is the where is the defamation? Like, thank you. I had to have my unicorn. Sometimes I have to have a little help. Dyslexia does not help. Um, but what would you consider, I'll ask a question. What would you consider defamation in this case? What about the evidence that they're talking about or that they brought in so far in his part? um is it the things, is it the videos, is it the things being said, is it the some of the audios that are actually out there that they did play? I think they played a lot of those audios today that we all heard or have heard over the you know, that you can Google it all over. And it's, so the case is about defamation, not his character, right? That's what I'm saying. Where's the defamation? How did she defame him? Did direct bring that out? Did they bring that part? And if so, did you see it? Um, it's his character is out there. We all know his character. He knows his character. He has not hidden his character. Has not said anything about him. Um, Ablavi says this case is fantastic. I want to know if Elon Musk. I'm sure a lot of people want to know that. Um, they, I don't. I wonder if he's gonna testify in her case, in her when her case comes up. I don't know. I don't like myself that bit. There we go, much better. Um, so where's the defamation in it? What has she said about him that is considered defamation? Does anybody have that, or can kind of put that? I don't know yet, because my struggle right now is, as the moderator, trying to moderate a chat and then trying to pay attention to testimony at the same time. I struggle with that. I have a moderator who is very good at paying attention, and usually is my person who explains stuff to me, and that's my LC Linda. She's probably sleeping, but what did let me say, okay, in the articles she wrote a lot of things that were very private. Now, is that the op-ed thing that was mentioned? I don't, I think that a lot of the stuff is probably stuff that was tweeted out and would be a great read to go back and take a look. I think that Cathy Russon may have tweeted out quite a bit of that stuff, the stuff that was said by her. So the defamation comes in what she said in the articles, the op-ed stuff, and all of that. So so some are saying that the defamation is false. The DV, which I don't want to. Yeah, we're trying to say DV and that kind of stuff at best. Okay, so this is it right here. Amanda wrote an op-ed discussing years of A in Washington Post. Okay, so I'm trying to keep some of the words, like how YouTube wants them to be. Some of these things are very hard to discuss, especially the subject. That's what I was thinking. That's what I thought. The op-ed thing, which I did not get a chance yet to read that because I went straight from doing network stuff to here. So from doing that, and I know that a lot of that stuff is out there. So I actually kind of want to, over the weekend, I am going to see if I can go back and look at all the stuff that was posted in Cathy's tweets, just so I can be ready for Monday. I have to catch up after. So that's why I like to discuss this stuff with you guys, that you guys can bring what I am unable to absorb while trying to moderate 220,000 viewers. Not 100% single-handedly because I have a great moderating team, but it's a lot. Ablavi says, Johnny Depp is done. This was an easy way to get him out. Amber will be gone in a couple years. He really let himself go. 60 is hitting him hard. The rock star life catches up to you. It does, but I personally think he actually looks. I'm sorry. I'm a Johnny Depp fan, and I think he's handsome. I think he's kind of rough around the edges, but I think he's very, very, very still very, 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 very cute. And especially when he pulls his hair back in a pony. I'm just sitting there going, oh, I cannot believe I'm sitting here looking at Sam from Minnie and June. So I want to see some of these other things. I want to pop some of these other things that are being said in the chat so that I can read them better. I think because of his bad behavior, he can't win. They will say his career was ruined by his behavior and not her trying to make it sound like he was physically abusive. So you're saying that that his behavior is what ruined him, not her. So Sandra doesn't think that he's going to win this because his behavior ruined him, not her stuff she did. If that's how the jury sees it, I can't imagine though the numbers that we're seeing in the chat and stuff. There, a lot of people are on his side in the chat. I put out a thing the first day of whether was it wasn't a thing like who's on what side, because I can't put that in, but it was what did I say? Who had the better was it who had the better opening, his side or her side? And his side 95%, her side 5%. And it has pretty much stayed that way throughout the trial as far as what side people are on. Now, we just let the chat do their thing and they can be on whatever side. But me, I'm trying to stay in the middle. Sometimes it's difficult. Let's see. So, right. LA says in this case, the defamation must be proved. Then we got that one. Then this one, defamation, you have to prove the person truly believes what they are saying, which is very hard. Okay. This is all a new thing for me, this whole civil thing with the defamation. In a criminal case, I can see the sides. You got your defense, your prosecution, and it's laid out. In this case, it throws me off a little bit because I feel like even though he's bringing the defamation case, he's still defending himself in this. That's the way my mind is seeing it. Jinlo says, Yes, in the text, tweets, and further articles in People magazine right after Washington Post and op-ed. Okay, so that was the all the stuff that she had to say. So he tried to bring the stuff about the op-ed, and I don't know how well that was received. The chat really was like, I think they were kept saying irrelevant, irrelevant, or whatever. Wasn't that today? They were saying that a lot in the chat. Everything that was being said by Cross, it was all irrelevant, irrelevant, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Hi, Cathy. Hi, there's Cathy Russon, you guys. This is Cathy Russon. She's the executive trial producer, executive producer of Law and Crime Network. She's my dearest dear friend. We came in well, I already told them all the story stuff from the beginning, and now I'm all flustered because I saw her pop up. I showed them a little bit of your tweets and stuff, and directed them all to go look at your tweets. You have so much information there, Cathy, that it's mind-boggling what you posted, and I tried to put it in the chat as best I could. I had to pen them. No, you're not just Cathy. You used to be just Cathy. Now you're not just Cathy. Oh, and Lindsay. Yep. I'm sorry. He still is just as gorgeous as he was before. He's just a little older and a little rougher around the edges. He will always be my Sam from Benny and June. And Gilbert Grape. But I am struggling a little bit, Cathy, with trying to explain this trial with it being a defamation case, because I'm just not used to civil cases, and how my mind doesn't want to see it. And I didn't want to like put all your tweets up. I just wanted to show a little bit and then say, everybody go over there and read all her awesome tweets. But let me see what Corinthians says here. Johnny Depp has sold the horse farm he bought for his mother for $1 million. Depp paid $950 for the property in 1995 for his mother, Betty Sue Palmer. Okay. Thank you, Mel Mac. I don't do this very often, as you can tell. I just felt like a lot of the chatters kept asking me questions in the chat, and I don't want to, like, I'm still remaining neutral here, and I'll be neutral as best as I can. But they wanted to hear me talk, so here you go. But Cathy says this. Well, wait, where'd you go? There you are. No, I'm not. Today was stress. Cathy, today was a very stressful day. And my person who works with me, I forgot to have my microphone off, and I think you heard me sobbing. I was crying when it hit 1 million subscribers. I'm like, and then I realized I was recording the thing as it changed to 1 million, and me sitting there crying, that when I recorded it, I recorded my face crying. I'm like, nobody, don't look at that, don't look at that, erase. I sent it to one of our producers on the podcast, and I told them, do not download it. Just don't download it. I was still in my pajamas. But yes, I did. I admit it. I cried like a big baby. Whoops. Sorry, I just, hold on 1 second. The mouse to my other computer decided to leap off the desk. Let me see here. Oh, yes. Oh, the two sides in the chat. Yes. I, for a while, was really trying to be all moderatory and trying to really control, and you can't moderate 220,000 viewers in a chat. I use Nightbot as best I can when it gets to be too much. When the chat's just scrolling and everybody's putting in hearts. They've been really good. I've been asking that everybody, if you're going to put your hearts and stuff in, please put one line, not an entire page, because it just, no one can see, and it's unbearable, and people want to be able to see. So for the most part, they've been pretty good. There have been times where I've had to deal with some stuff, but usually they are pretty good. Cathy, where'd you go? I saw you. There you are. If you can bring me, oh, yes. Okay, let me hold on 1 second. Yeah, did you send her the thing? Wait, I can send it to her. Cathy, I'm gonna give it to you. Hold on. I'm not gonna drop it. Kirk, don't drop it. Okay, there's a reason. I'll explain later. But I'm going to send it to Cathy right now. Hold on. Let me see. Oh my goodness, I can't believe Cathy's coming up. Oh wait, hold on. Okay. Okay. Check out work. Let's get her up here. Oh, you guys. This is the lady of the hour. She's gonna smack me later. Say, so Jen says, JD, nothing has come out at all about her being abused. She blatantly lied and over dramatized literally everything. She preyed on his weaknesses. This is what I wanted to see from everybody to be able to express themselves. Bring on, I love to be right down the middle, and these guys is yes. She is absolutely. Cathy is amazing. The the okay, the knowledge that she is able to keep stored in her head on multiple trials, I drive her nuts. I'll ask her in the back. It's easier just to throw and ask her in the back, um, instead of me trying to go look stuff up myself. Okay, she has her. Okay, here she is. She's ready to go. She has her camera off. Oh, did it? There she is. Are you there?
Hello? Can you hear
There
me?
she is.
Oh.
I don't like myself being all big. There you go.
Well, here's the deal. It's 9 p.m. and I was not about to come on camera unprovoked and without notice because I'm a little too vain for that. But I love that you're doing this. And when I was seeing some questions in chat and stuff, I thought it'd be great to pop in.
Yes, I'm so glad. So, guys, if you have questions to throw at Cathy, put them up, and the unicorn will stick them up on the screen.
Oh, I love the unicorn.
That's my yes. I'm married to a
unicorn. I know who the unicorn is.
He has to read things to me sometimes.
I met the unicorn in person at the Salt Lake City airport.
Yes, she did. Yes. I walked down. We were coming down when I got to the airport, and I was coming down the escalator, and I was crying about halfway down.
Well, for those of you that don't know, Addie and I have been the bestest of friends for many, many years. And we did a lot of things outside of Law and Crime Network, including building a site called Court Chatter. And Court Chatter led us to Law and Crime. But we've always lived in different states. And so, as many of you online people know, you can become best friends and great friends with people you've never met in person, which, by the way, I never really understood that many years ago. I'm like, how could that happen? But it's a real thing. So there was an unfortunate event when Addie's brother passed away. And so they were flying to New York. But from Washington, they actually had a layover in Salt Lake City. What are the odds? And it was Mother's Day. I remember that. It was a Sunday. It was Mother's Day. And Addie's like, well, you're never going to be able to come to the airport. I'm like, I'm coming. I left a house full of people after church. And I went to the airport to meet because I couldn't pass it up. So I met Addie and Kirk and their kids. And I am grateful for that. Because who knows when the next time we'll meet in person is.
I met her and her other half was there too.
And Mark, right, because he was parking the car for a long time. I go, I don't know where Mark is, and then he finally came in.
He is. Both of them are just two of the greatest people that I've ever had the chance to have in my life. and only met once and feel like I've known her for. I can say stuff that I wouldn't necessarily say to anyone else because I'm usually embarrassed, but I have no filter except for I with you I have no filter.
Okay, so I'm what they call the Addie whisperer. It doesn't always happen correctly, but we can usually get to the bottom of whatever's going on quickly. All right. So somebody asked about how defamation wins. And so Addie is correct. We are not experts at all in civil cases. It's not something we do. It's not something we've covered in all these years. And so I've had to learn a lot leading up to this case. It helped a little bit that in 2020, when the pandemic hit really hard and Law and Crime Network had to go down, what we did, we were just showing replays, but we decided to go live 1 hour a day with the show. And we called it Law and Crime Now and Law and Crime Report. We had some different names for it. But anyway, that was in 2020, but it happened to be when the Sun libel suit was going on over in the UK. So I came on as a guest with Jesse Weber, and we covered that a few times, which is why I knew a little bit more than I would normally know. And then now we, of course, have the advantage to get cameras in the courtroom for this case. So I've had to learn a lot more. I am not an expert by any means whatsoever. The joke I have all the time is I'm not an attorney, but I play one online. But I almost can't even claim that when it comes to civil. So it's there's way more to it than that. And even the greatest of our legal experts, if they don't work in civil law, they're really having to do a lot of research. To prove defamation, it is a huge hurdle. Huge hurdle. You have to prove that the person made a false statement. So you have to, first of all, prove that what they said was not true. They have to prove it was about that person. And then there are some other factors in. But that is the number one thing that we're talking about is what Amber Heard wrote in her op-ed. Can Johnny Depp prove it wasn't true? And I don't hate me because I know the Johnny Depp fans. I understand how this trial is going. I'm very well aware of it. Trust me, I'm very well aware of it. But it's a very high hurdle. Before the trial ever began, the best of our best experts, and we have one of the greatest. Gene Rossi, by the way, practices in Virginia. He's been a civil attorney forever, but he was a federal prosecutor forever. He's like the guy that knows everything. And he said it's so hard to win a defamation case. So everyone needs to understand up front that this is a huge hurdle. And by the way, my personal opinion, I believe that Johnny Depp knows it's a huge hurdle. I personally believe this case is about him being able to tell his story and finally get it out there and for him to clear his name or whatever he's looking for. I'm not sure if he fully 110% believes he's going to win this case. I do think that he's needed this day. Okay, so I'll say that. So at the end of this case, if you're a Johnny Depp fan, if you're on that side or whatever, he may not win. It's a huge hurdle. And I'm just going to say it's likely not to happen. Don't hate me. Don't send any hate mail my way.
Yes, please don't.
Okay, right?
Neither one of us.
I could be 1,000% wrong, but because it's such a high hurdle. But I do think so far, and remember, we're not in Amber Heard's case yet. So right now, everyone should be a fan of Johnny Depp. Everyone should be on his side. It's his case right now. Right now, he's looking really good. He's really redeemed any thought that most people have had, not everyone, but most people. I believe he's looking good and doing well. We don't know now what's going to come of Amber Heard's case, right? This is how trials go. But the fact is, for defamation, and she's countersuing him, you have to prove whatever the allegations are that they're not true. And a jury of only 7 people, okay, civil only takes 7 people. These are 7 random citizens. And through jury selection, they got the 7 citizens that knew the least about this. So they don't know what we know. They don't know what all of us know. They're sitting in that courtroom. And of course, they know who Johnny Depp is. Quite frankly, I don't know if they know who Amber Heard is. Because you know what? I didn't know her name before this case. So I know the whole Aquaman thing, but still, I'm sure all of them know Johnny Depp. But outside of that, they were chosen because they know very little about any of this nonsense. So they're just sitting there as average citizens, not true crime fans like the rest of us, not trial junkies like the rest of us. And they're just sitting there hearing all of this. And I have to say that up until today, if I'm the average person on that jury, I'm like, Amber Heard's the worst person in the whole world. Today, I've told Addie this 1,000 million times, and she knows. I try very hard to take every single day brand new. I'm always trying to like prove me wrong, or prove your case or whatever. And so I try really hard not to let any emotion take over in a case. And today, yeah, guess what? Before this, and maybe even today, you could see proof that Amber Heard was physically abusive to Johnny Depp. I think that's a no-brainer, okay? But that's not what the suit's about.
No.
The suit's about is was he ever physical abusive to her? And today, his attorneys are doing a good job. You may hate his attorney, and by the way, we all don't care for his name, Rottenborn. He has the worst name, Rotten, but he, from my point of view, he did what he needed to do today. I don't know how the rest of the case is going to play out. There are going to be more witnesses for Depp after this. There's going to be some experts on abuse. So he's not the final witness for his side. There's going to be a lot more going on. I do understand what a lot of people believe. Trust me, I have never had so much traffic on Twitter ever, in any trial ever. And I can't even keep up with it. And I understand people believe that he's the one that's abused, and anything he's done, he's acting out as an abused person. I get all of it. And I'm on board with most of it. But I have to say, these two, to me, were a ticking time bomb. To me, it was like these two should have never come together. From their past histories to whatever was happening, to drug abuse, to alcoholism, to whatever, it was like a perfect storm. And I don't believe either one's hands are completely clean. But I don't know that he should have been smeared the way that he was, which is the whole reason he's bringing this case. All right. I've talked about, sorry about all of that, but that's what I have to say.
So the next question is, do you think it will behoove Amber to testify? And that's from Jen Lowe. She's one of our moderators.
I know Jen Lowe.
Yes.
She absolutely 100% is testifying 170,000%. She is definitely getting on the stand. Not even, no, there's nothing. Unless she ends up in the hospital, she's getting on the stand. That is exactly what's happening. She has to. She has no choice. She's countersuing. There's no option for her. And, in the opening statements, her attorney said she'll get on the stand. So I'm not a mind reader. That's what he said. She is definitely, and we have had some cases where an attorney promises something in openings that doesn't come true. This is not one of those cases. Amber Heard is getting on the stand. So everything that we have seen from Johnny Depp this week, and quite frankly, I'm with 90% of the people out there. Like, I am liking everything about him on the stand. Like, I'm Johnny Depp fan. I'm in his corner. All of that. I see all of that. But Amber Heard may not get that same reaction, but from someone that I'm hoping that I am, because I really try and make myself a person that can see both sides as it's happening, I think that I may see her a little differently than what I see her sitting there in that courtroom. Maybe she'll act it up. I don't know. But quite frankly, everyone, I believe this person from childhood had an abusive childhood. And then she got with somebody, and it's a mess between the two of them, like a total mess between the two of them. Is she the more of the abuser? Maybe she is. But I'll be interested to see how she comes across on the stand. Now I'm going to get slaughtered on Twitter because I've yet to meet an Amber Heard fan. But anyway.
And, I think that a lot of people's problems come from stuff in their child. We know he has stuff in his childhood.
Yes, very much. Yes, very much.
And so both of them very well could. I don't know what her side is. Maybe we'll hear more about when her case comes up.
She has a lot of, so from the Washington Post op-ed, from the center of this case, her whole life she's suffered abuse at one hand or another from men. Okay, so this is where Amber Heard comes from when she meets Johnny Depp and gets into a relationship. So, as much as everybody wants to hate her and hate her and hate her, a little bit is we are all products of our childhood, whether we want to be or not. That is what we know. That's all we know until we can become adults and figure it out ourselves.
Right.
And then she's much younger than him. And then she's put into this relationship with him. So again, don't send your hate mail to Cathy Russon. I'm always trying to see two sides to everything.
I apologize now.
When you listen to all of the recordings, my first inclination is she's the most manipulative person I've ever heard in my life. Like, my first inclination is to completely hate her and feel bad for him. And I'm still sort of on that side of the fence, quite frankly. But if you want to look at this trial objectively and look at both sides objectively, these two never should have been together. These two have so much damage in their past that this is was bound to happen. All of this that happened. I don't think Johnny Depp's hands are totally clean in this. I don't think they're 100% clean. Now, was he reacting to her? Maybe. But it's just a bad scenario. So Amber comes from an abusive childhood. I did not come from that. So I can't say what that's like. I can't say what made her who she is. I can't say what made Johnny Depp. He came from an abusive childhood. But when you listen to those recordings, that is one messed up relationship.
Yes.
Every recording, that one messed up on both sides, quite frankly. It's a messed up relationship. She appears very calculating, very manipulative, very condescending, and he appears very
meek.
He does appear meek. He appears beaten down.
Yes.
But also, on a lot of these recordings, he's either drunk or on drugs. So there's a lot of factors. And I know, again, the Johnny Depp fans don't like to hear that part of it. But there are a lot of factors to go to what probably created a lot of their fights. And so, in the end, these two should have never been together. They should have got divorced, and nobody should have ever heard anything else, and we should just go on our way. But here we are. Their whole life is playing out before not just the country, but the world. And here we are. And right now, she's one of the most hated people in the country, probably. And she may continue to be that. Again, I don't know. But defamation itself is very, very hard to prove. However, if Johnny Depp loses this case, I still think he wins in the public view. And I think that's what he's after. Again, my opinion.
I want to see that one up. What was that one that was up, Kirk? Or I just Captain Unicorn. Sorry. Shelley Brown Sellers asks, where are her medical reports of any injuries in the 3 years she said he aided her? She's
abused
got
her.
Nothing. Yeah. Well, we try not to use those on YouTube.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. She's got nothing because it didn't happen. Using drugs and alcohol doesn't make her
Does it make you? Yeah, I know what Shelley's saying. I know what you're saying. Correct. Again, I'm not an Amber Heard defender, and I'm not coming from that view actually at all. But Addie knows me very well. I always like to dispute what people are saying very passionately. Yes. If I think there's an argument there, if I think there's a good argument, then I'm going to play devil's advocate. How many people get abused all the time and there's never a police report? There's never a hospital stay. I mean, come on, this is happening constantly all the time in the world, all the time. So we can never judge anything on that ever. I mean, that's the norm. The norm for an abused person is to never report it. That's the norm. The abnormal thing is to report it. So that part of it, I can't get with. Now, do I think the pictures of her injuries are real? I'm not sure I'm there either. I'm just saying, I'm never going to say in any of our cases, if they were abused, we would have police reports. The family members would know. But that's not the case. We know that that's not the case.
Yes. It's hidden a lot by the person being.
Yes, absolutely.
So, yeah. did I hear something in some of the testimonies that I don't that he found red nail polish on a napkin
Okay,
or something?
so he gets up behind her and gives her a bear hug to get her to stop attacking him, allegedly, right? And during that, allegedly, some kind of headbutting happens, and she says, "You broke my nose, you broke my nose," and she's got a Kleenex up and it's red. And then he says, now there's no video proof or photo, he says, then afterwards he went to the garbage can, pulled out the Kleenex or the tissue or whatever it was, and it was red nail polish. That's where that came from. And again, she never reported that. There's no pictures of a broken nose, none of that. So we have Johnny's side that it was fake.
I have to put something. I missed it. Wait, hold on a second. Something went way up there. Like, Unicorn, can you find that?
There was somebody asking when redirect would start, maybe. Okay, yes. So let me just tell you a little bit about the schedule of the trial. I do believe redirect is going to happen early next week, possibly Monday, but maybe Tuesday. And then that could go maybe a day. I mean, it's hard to tell. Cross probably has a half a day, maybe a full day left. Just throwing these timelines out there, I honestly don't have an idea. But knowing where Amber's attorney has gone so far, I'm thinking there's another half a day left. And so maybe redirect starts Monday afternoon. Maybe they finish it totally on Monday. Could go into Tuesday. And then I do know that Depp has some other witnesses that remember the police officers that responded when Amber called 911 on May 21st, 2016, and said he was just there and he had assaulted her and all of that. And then they didn't file anything. They said there was nothing and they saw nothing. Those guys are going to testify. And then there's going to be experts on abuse that are going to testify. I think that'll take up all of next week because remember, we only have 4-day weeks in this case. Then the next week, let's see, that's May 2nd. We could see Amber's case start that week. So I'm just giving a broad view of what I'm looking at. And then everyone should know that the week of May 9th is dark. That was pre-scheduled a long time ago. They were never going to be in trial. So they're actually going to come back the May 16th. That's why this case is going to go for so long. And then May 23rd, that week is when we think it's going to end. So that's sort of a really fluid timeline there.
I'm going to need to make that a clip later.
No.
Every time somebody asks, they can just play it.
Don't make any of this a clip.
Oh, I wanted to thank Jean. Thank you, Jean, for the super chat. Somebody, I saw something. Yes, there we go.
Hey, Addie, I need to answer my phone really quick. Can we just mute me for a minute?
Sure. Let me. Yeah, she muted herself. Okay, so off topic. Wish you all had a schedule for cases as well as commentary. Yeah, we leave that up to Cathy. Be sure to follow her because she posts when all the new trials come out. We have it that way for a reason. But just follow her, or you could follow me or whatever. Mine, my YouTube, Twitter is Addie C Trials, and then I will retweet her if you don't get hers, but you can follow me there. And anytime, hey Tracy, good to see you. Hi. Anytime Cathy comes out, or I'm in the network, post the next trial or whatever, we'll give it, it'll be a while, a couple days before it starts, and we'll put that info out. But we do it that way for specific reasons. There was one question I wanted to see. Let's see, can we use? Yeah, it's so far our stuff gets monetized fine. YouTube did some changes with some of the things that they allow on YouTube, but some of the subjects are not. There's still issues with that. So that's one of the, like, certain subjects like SDV, SA, and all that stuff. Those words are still kind of an issue with YouTube, but YouTube has lightened up so that when we get the swearing over the stream, it doesn't demonetize us. We get everything monetized. And most of the subjects are pretty good.
I'm
There was
back.
there you are. Okay, to see. Difficult enough to. There was a question I saw. Hi, Mia. Good to see you. Need to say hi to some. Tracy's here. Hi, Tracy. These are a lot of some of our people in here, Cathy, are longtime followers of all of us.
Love it.
Yes, yeah, longtime followers. In our chat, a lot of the people that are there are all people that we've been with for a long time.
Do we dare say court chatter?
Yes, a lot of us. Yes, I mentioned it because they asked me. Like today, several people asked me who I am and what, because I'm posting stuff and they're seeing me, and I'm just, I have to start the story over again. I just hit rewind and yep. But there was a oh, that was off topic. Yeah. Oh, here you go.
I can like a little bit address why we don't post like a calendar or whatever of our trials.
I'll let you do that. Go right ahead.
That was like, weird. Oh. I all of a sudden couldn't hear you, and then now we're back. Okay. Look, I want to do it as much as the next guy does. Ad and I talk about this all the time. Why don't we just put out a calendar? Because guess what? We have a calendar. I have a calendar of all the cases we're following, of all the cases we want to follow, of all the cases we could follow, of hearings coming up. Are we going to cover that hearing? Are we not going? Like, it's very complex. And let me just tell you something. If I made all of that public, then we would get bombarded with, why didn't you cover this today? Why wasn't this happening today? How come this trial happened and you guys decided not to do it? Blah, 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 blah. And also, the biggest trouble with our trial tracking job is we're all ready to go, and literally at the last minute they plead out. Literally at the last minute they get a continuance and they move on. So it's too complicated to put a calendar out for thousands and thousands of viewers to see it, because then we're going to have to respond to thousands and thousands of people about why it didn't happen. So that's why we don't do it. Sorry, we don't do it. When there is hearings and there are hearings and stuff, I will tweet and say the trial is set for X, Y, and Z. So you get that much info, but that's all we have at that time too. And then literally that changes 100 times, especially in the last couple of weeks because of the pandemic. So that's why.
So here's a question. Have you considered contacting a lawyer or expert to come and speak about the trial, since it's a complex civil case? We have a full network, Law and Crime.
Have you heard of Law and Crime Network?
Yes, we have a full network with awesome hosts, many of whom are in fact lawyers. In fact, I think I would have to ask.
Okay,
I don't know.
So as far as hosts go and anchors, 90% are attorneys, but yes, as far as guests goes, they're all legal analysts or psychologists or whatever if we need a specialty. But other than that, they're attorneys. And for this case and specifically, we've been booking civil attorneys over and over again. And I understand you want them on here. I just saw that comment.
I'm a nobody.
I get it. No, by the way, Addie is never going to be a nobody ever, 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 ever. But I'm just saying, I understand that you have to subscribe for Law and Crime Network, but that's not always the case. We are on so many platforms that you might already have. Roku, Samsung Plus TV, Peacock. I mean, if you go to lawandcrime.com, if you go to lawandcrime.com and click where to watch, we are so many places that you don't have to pay for because you might already be paying for them. And that's where you'll get the commentary, the legal commentary. Now, people get annoyed by it. I get it. What we're doing during the Depp case is we're not interrupting trial for commentary at all, but we do have to interrupt it for commercial breaks because, quite frankly, we cannot be an existing network if we can't do that. So But unlike some other places that will be unnamed, Law and Crime Network understands that viewers get annoyed by commercial breaks. So that is the only reason we offer a raw, uninterrupted feed on YouTube. Nobody else is doing that also has a network with commentary. We're the only people doing that. And I'll have to tell you, Addie and I are a large reason for that. We have pushed from that from the beginning to have an uninterrupted feed on YouTube. We know it's important for viewers because Addie and I are trial watchers. That's what we are at the core of our being. That's where we started these careers, and we understand it. Okay, saying all that, you can watch Law and Crime Network with our hosts and legal analysts. They will not interrupt testimony with chat, but when there's the break, the morning break, or before it starts, we go on air at 9. There's a whole hour before the trial starts. We're there. We're showing you what happened the day before, and we're talking about it. Then during the morning break, the lunch break, the afternoon break, after court. So that's what you'll get on the network. You will get civil attorneys talking about this. Sorry, I'm droning on and on.
Absolutely. We have some of the hosts that we have are so good at what they do. They stay, they keep the stuff going. They say what they got to say, and they get the guests going. And
well, in all honesty, it's the producers that Addie and we need to give all credit to my producers. We have a team of producers that are fantastic. They're called the line producers. They are in the host's ear. They have blocked out the entire day and the entire show. The producers don't let them talk during the Depp trial. Now, we have other trials that get really slow going or tons of sidebars or whatever, and we have a lot of chat time. During Depp, we're not doing that. We're not doing a lot of chat time at all. And our producers are in the host's ear saying, okay, we've got to take a break. So I'm only going to give you 20 seconds and we're going to come out of testimony, throw to a break now. And so the host barely gets to talk and then they're out and then we have to take a break and they come back and they go, and now we'll get you back in right now. Like we are keeping everything as close and tight as we can to hope to not miss. And we're trying to time the breaks as well as we can. Like when they say, okay, let's play this recording right now, we're trying not to go to break at that moment. So we're doing a lot behind the scenes on the network to help everyone to watch this trial the way they should, but knowing that because we are a network, we have to pay the bills, there have to be commercial breaks. So that's what we do. But that's where our attorneys are. So what I recommend to people, I understand it because, look, I'm a trial junkie at heart. That's what I am. I understand wanting to watch it on YouTube and see the raw stuff. And don't interrupt me. But when they go to lunch, then I want to flip over and see for this next hour, tell me about what just happened. What are the experts saying about it? So that's why I would recommend going over to the network to watch all that.
Yes, that's why in the chat you'll see Nightbot will post how to watch the where to watch for the network, or I'll have on my 4 screens, on one screen, I'll have the network up, and then I'll type in the chat, our host Jesse or whoever just made this excellent point. And it helps me to hear, even when the trial is going, because sometimes not everything is being shown on the network because sometimes it's slow, like you got a doctor going or whatever, and they'll be talking about what's going on. And a lot of that helps me follow along and know what's going on in the trial. So that's the commentary part that we have is on the network, and you can find that on the lawandcrime.com website. Just go to the top of it and click where to watch. And we just got added to Dish, so we're on Dish Network now. There's YouTube TV. There's all kinds of ways to see
everywhere. And
yes,
Addie, also, we are, by the way, paying a lot of money that is well spent money to put people on the ground at this trial. So we have reporters on the ground, but there are hosts too. So this whole week we had Jesse Weber there, who's our morning anchor. And he was there reporting live from the courthouse. He was in the courtroom every day of the trial. Last week, Jeanette Levy, another one of our hosts and one of our correspondents, was in. So there are things you're going to get if you tune over to the network. But those guys at the trial only come on during trial breaks. So they're not going to just interrupt during a trial. Mostly the hour before the trial starts from 9 to 10 Eastern, That's when we have somebody on the ground reporting what's happening. And then at the lunch break, and then sometimes at the afternoon break. So, I mean, these are reasons like you'll get that. I mean, we got the llama story, the infamous llamas.
Yes, Jesse interviewed the alpacas.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, alpaca. Sorry. It was definitely an alpaca, not a
Yes.
llama. Don't write me.
Yes. Oh, you'll have the alpaca people.
No, I said to Jesse, you literally, because you know, I'm the one that asked, like, you know, who should we send, who wants to go? And so I said, Jesse, do you want to go this week? We made all those arrangements, and I go, you owe me something because you got the alpaca week. Because the week before they weren't there, so Anjanette didn't have the alpacas. It was great. Everyone loved it, but you get all of that if you tune into the network.
If you guys didn't see the alpaca part with Jesse, it is on the in this playlist on the main YouTube channel in the playlist for the Johnny Depp defamation case. Was it yet 2 days ago?
I'm going to say Monday. It might have been his first day there this week, so I think it was Monday.
It's worth it. They're so cute.
It's fun. It's cute. And they had Justice for Johnny chalkboard hanging around the alpaca's neck, but the alpacas are darling.
Yes, it was cute. Yes. So I saw that, Mark, what you said. I have to, if anybody's going to poop my side of the bed, it's going to be me.
Oh my gosh. Listen. Here's the other thing. Here's the thing. And again, you can hate me if you want to hate me. I try and look at everything in reality, and I don't want to take a side. Okay. And actually, as Addie knows about me, I almost want to take the opposite side of the majority just so I can argue like an attorney. Okay. So I'm always trying to see the other side. And the whole, by the way, they said human feces or
human fecal matter.
Yes. Thank you. And that his bodyguard showed him a picture that someone else took of what Johnny says their marital bed. So at their house, he's very formal. I never talk like this, but their marital bed, and that on his side of the bed, on top of the covers, basically was a piece of poop. So the reason this comes up is it's part of a fight they end up having later when he brings that up. So that's why it's even a thing. And apparently, we haven't heard it in court yet. Heard's camp says it was from the puppies or the pets. And he's like, no, I know what human fecal matter like versus
two little tiny teacup Yorkies.
And Addie, you and I have tiny little dogs, so we understand. We totally understand. Yes.
I think I saw fleetingly because I'm trying to do all this stuff at once, but I think I did see a picture. We didn't get to see. I think I saw it somewhere, somehow or another. It must have been. Did you tweet it?
The picture of that? I didn't tweet it, but I do believe Bobby, our YouTube manager, put it as a thumbnail on the video. So you can see that as a thumbnail.
Okay.
Because quite frankly, people, I will tweet every bloody crime scene there is. I will tweet dead bodies. I will tweet the bloody stump of Johnny Depp's finger. Like, look, this is what I do for a living. I can do it and go to sleep at night. I'm not tweeting poop. It's not happening.
I've edited out my fair share of dead bodies.
Like all of it, autopsy photos, whatever. I'm not going to tweet poop. I draw the line at poop.
Yeah. So question from Aiden Lee says, what do you reckon was the most damning evidence produced today?
Well, like I think I started this out tonight. Sorry, this is very informal, Addie. I'm just like chatting with you and whatever. But Addie knows that I run a editorial meeting every morning for Law and Crime Network, and we have we do it via Zoom every morning, and it's like, what are we covering today? What's happening? What happened yesterday? Yada yada. And so because I run it, I get you to say my opinion at first, and then I just turn it over. But I try and always say how I felt about the day before, whether I have an opinion one way or another strongly on the case. And so every morning I've been very pro Johnny Depp. I've been very, very pro this case is not what people think it is, all of that. So now I'm a little turned, again, no hate mail. I'm not turned like 100% all the way and all of that. But you have to remember, when one side presents their case, you should be pro them if they're doing a good job. And then when cross-exam comes up, you should be pro them or they have no case. And what's happened to me personally with the cross-exam of Johnny Depp is I'm a little turned. I'm not 100% turned. I'm not like every point is not a thing. Like everything that happened is not something. But by the end of today, I said to myself, again, don't hate me, I'm not sure how Johnny's finger tip got severed. I said that to myself. I said to myself, I think there might be mutual combat in this relationship. So that's where I think happened today. As much as you might hate Rottenborn, and basically his name is a horrible name. I'm sorry about that for him. He can't help it. And as much as you must love Johnny Depp, and quite frankly, I do too. I mean, I do. I looked at today as if I had to like put like check marks in a column or whatever, if I have to like weigh it on a scale, just tipping over, I may have given today to Heard's side.
Oh, okay.
I know. Again, don't send me any hate mail. I'm just calling it as I see it.
So Aiden says, by the way, I think the most damning evidence is the text about doing something with her neck that doesn't include injury.
Okay, Aiden, we're not going to talk about that. Okay, Aiden. So I know what Aiden's talking about, and it was kind of a funny moment in court today, but which probably came from not a funny moment in their lives, but anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. Go back and watch the footage.
So I think, are we caught up on questions? Everybody I think we're caught up on questions. And Instant Karma says, win or lose, I'll always be a Johnny fan. And mic drop. Absolutely. Sorry, everybody.
Hey, look, I don't get it. And look, I'm not apologizing at all. I'm a Johnny Depp fan.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not apologizing at all. And I literally never heard the name Amber Heard before. Yeah. I mean, before the Sun case in 2020. Then I'm like, oh, the Aquaman girl. Okay, yeah, I know. But I'm a Johnny Depp fan because I'm old, people. So I'm a 21 Jump Street fan. I'm literally a Johnny Depp fan. I'm still trying to call it as I see it every day in this case.
I've never seen 21 Jump Street.
What? What? Oh my gosh!
I don't know
if we can be friends anymore.
I've already said I'm going to binge it. I'm going to binge watch it. I don't know why it wasn't a thing.
Well, I haven't watched it since the 80s either. I'm just saying.
I don't think we were allowed to watch it or something. I'm sure that was it. I have no idea. So if it was in the 80s, then yeah, that was probably the reason. It was not a
Actually,
thing
someone correct me. I'm not sure it was the 80s. Nightmare on Elm Street was definitely the 80s, but I think 21 Jump Street may have been the 90s. I don't know.
I'm gonna binge it. I keep saying that. Yes. I have to.
Well, it'll look very hokey to you these days because you know how all that TV is back then.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He's
a cop, right? That goes undercover in a high school. So he's supposed to be a high school student. And you look back at it, you're like, hello, you're totally not a high school student. But when he did get 21 Jump Street, he was young 20s. He was like 23 or something. So he's pretty young.
Yeah. He's adorable. So.
Oh, Cat! Wait a minute. I'm reading chat now. Captain Unicorn.
Oh.
Whatever happened to Richard Grieco? Okay, Captain Unicorn is my guy. He knows what I'm talking about right now. He gets it.
So, honey, we're gonna have to binge watch Jump Street after all this. I'm trying to binge watch all the all the uh housewives shows on Bravo.
Okay, well, we're not going to talk about that because we don't admit that, Addie. So we're not
Yes,
going to
we
talk about
do.
that.
I admit it.
I mean, okay.
I'm
I mean
addicted.
the we as in me.
Oh, okay. Oh, I will. I like the one, the Potomac so far is my favorite. Anyway,
Okay.
so yes. Well, I thank you. Oh, wait, what is? Wait, there's a question. Let me see. What's this? Where will the memorial be for Amber's career?
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
It had to be put out there.
Of course.
Oh, and Instant Karma also says, "Don't feel bad, Addie. I didn't watch Jump Street either, but going to now." Yes, see, this
Well,
whole
you're
thing brought.
probably all too young for it. I don't fault you.
Oh, uh, so yeah, that knife, the knife thing was it a gift before or after he tried to? I don't know. The knife kind of weirded me out a little bit.
Well, okay. The
Yeah.
knife.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I don't know personally if the recording we heard today about the knife and him trying to cut himself is the same knife that we saw earlier in the trial that she had given him as a gift. So that might be what people are wondering. And if someone knows, please correct me and show me something that says differently. But early in the trial, we saw a picture of a knife that Amber gifted to Johnny, and she inscripted it with I think Spanish words for till death. Okay. And it was a straight blade knife and a sheath. And Addie knows my husband is a knife maker. And
Yes.
so I'm all about knives. But then today, at the very end of the day, very, very, very end of the day, and this was very intentional by Herd's team, and don't think it wasn't. It was very intentional. They have a 3-day weekend because they only are in trial 4 days a week. The very end at 5 p.m. or like 4:58 p.m., they started a recording, and this was 2 months after the filing of divorce and after she filed for a restraining order. So they're supposed to have nothing to do with each other, right? 2 months later, they both agreed to meet at a hotel in San Francisco because, quite frankly, they can't stay away from each other. Otherwise, there's no reason to meet like that. So they do, and she decides to record it. And he walks in and he's there for a while or whatever. It's hard to tell what's happening. But she all of a sudden says, "Oh, that's pretty." And what we gather later on, he's pulled out a knife. We don't know if it's the same knife she gifted him. That was not said today at all. So we don't know. He has a knife and he's saying, "Where do you want to cut me?" And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "Right here by my heart. Where do you want the scar?" And she's like, "I would never cut you." And again, remember, she's intentionally recording this and he doesn't know it. So we know that her part and what she's saying, she knows she's being recorded. But his part of it is, "No, I'm going to cut me. I'm going to cut me. Where do you want to cut me?" What I got out of that recording at the end of today was really, really sad. Like really sad. Because 2 months later, he's had a restraining order taken out. He's had pictures in People magazine come out where she's claiming to have bruises and all that. He still wants to meet with her. And he shows up and he's just like, "Just cut me. Just leave me a scar." Like he really, really loves her and he's totally messed up. And that's what happened at the end of today. And it was very intentional by her team to end the very last minutes of today with that and then not follow up with questions and say, "Your Honor, that's all we have for now," knowing it's a 3-day weekend, and then they get to start back up Monday. And that's the last thing the jury was left with today.
That is very strategic. Absolutely on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oof.
Yep.
But yeah, that is where there was a lot of it that was going on. I was listening, and I'm in the background I'm blubbering like, oh my God, what he was saying and everything that I was.
I know that you said to me, Addie. Well, I'm probably revealing too much, but you said that was a very triggering recording.
Yes,
it might have been for a lot of people
yes, it
because
got
he didn't
me.
know he's being recorded, and he was like, just cut me, and she's like,
That
don't
was yeah,
cut yourself. And I say it like dramatically because she knows she's recording.
yes,
That's the problem. I can't believe any of her emotion in that recording because she's the one secretly recording. But his side of it, I mean, it's all pretty dramatic.
yes. And I think I saw some people say something in the chat that she had added in there, and don't cut me or something like that. Like she added herself into that mix too.
Um,
Uh,
I
did I?
never heard "Don't cut me." What I heard was, "I would never cut you like that." What I heard was at the beginning he. Okay, I'm just envisioning in my own brain what I heard in the recording, and what I heard was he pulls out a knife. She says, "That's really pretty," and then he's basically saying, "You need to cut me. Just cut me and leave a scar and get it over with." Okay, it's very much like that. Just cut me and leave a scar. Where do you want to do it? Do you want to do it by my heart? And she keeps saying, I would never do that to you. I would never do that to you. That's where that's coming from. And then he keeps apparently doing something that she says, don't do it, don't do it.
Probably because he was cutting himself.
Well, we don't even know that he actually cut himself. I think he was probably demonstrating how he would or whatever and saying, just do this and get it over with. Because we have to remember, 2 months earlier, she has blown his life apart. She's gone to court, got a restraining order, had herself filmed with bruises on her face, and that's it. Boom. Everything blows apart. 2 months later, they're still not supposed to have contact, and they both agree, which again goes to this relationship they both have. That should have never happened. He should have never, ever, ever wanted to go meet her again in a hotel room in San Francisco. She's the one secretly recording, so he's there of his own device. Like he just wants to meet with her again. And he comes in and he has a knife and he's in this state of turmoil. And it's 2 months later. It's just so sad. It's like all so sad.
Yes. And the reason I said that she said something about not to cut her, because a lot of people reacted to that in chat when it was said.
Yeah.
And they were like, they automatically were saying that sounds like something a narcissist would say, which I'm not saying sides, but
please correct me, but I didn't hear that part of the recording. I heard, I would never cut you like that. I would never do that. That's what I heard.
That's, I mean, I do, but I would like to go back and
yes.
listen to.
And by the way, I did tweet out a clip of that recording. The recording though was almost 6 minutes long, and Twitter only lets you do 2 minutes, so I edited it. But you can go back on the YouTube and listen to it all.
If Bobby put that on is it in the archive?
If it's not, everyone, from today's live stream, it's literally the last thing that happened. So it's the last 5 minutes of today, because I think it might have been a 6-minute clip, but it was the last 5 to 6 minutes of today. And then they said, we're done, Your Honor. And she's like, oh, okay, bye. So you can easily find it.
But I know he did so many clips today. We have a great YouTube manager that we got that is helping me. I can't tell you how much stress it has relieved, and I am so happy to have him on the team along with our great mods and everything else and our other editors. And it's been a long, arduous 6 whatever year. It's been 7, but 5 with the network
It's been 5, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yes, but his work is amazing. He's the thumbnail master. So I'm thrilled to death to have him with us and working with him, and we keep in touch and talk and yak all day. We actually do. We talk on Discord a lot together, but it keeps us going, and we know what's going on and stuff. So. But anyway, I thank you so much, Cathy, for doing this. Thank you for coming up.
You're welcome.
People wanted to hear from me, and I just decided to. Yesterday, I did it the other day, and right after it was over, and I keep getting all the questions in chat, and I don't want to answer or say anything. I'm trying to stay neutral because we want to stay here and there, and I still want to stay here. And I told everybody here I'm going to stay in the center and wait till it's all over, and then I'll let you know. And what my thoughts. They were asking me one after another, and I really can't say right now. So, but I thank you so much for being here on
Love you,
the
Addie.
love you too. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. What we got
Yes.
something going on tomorrow. What do we have
Well,
to go
no,
on?
there's nothing live, but we're gonna be all Depp all day. So
Okay, so
tune
watch
into
the
Long
network.
Crime Network. Yes.
Yes, watch the network. I thought we had something go. Maybe okay. I thought maybe we had a little hearing or something.
Okay, we do have Billy Ray Turner hearing. We're gonna put it on YouTube.
So
Lorenzen Wright murder in Tennessee, and Billy Ray Turner's sentencing is tomorrow.
Okay, so but tune into the network because all the questions and all the stuff, and they'll go over all the stuff from today and the week and whatever tomorrow, most likely during all of the different shows of the network. So I am so glad to have you and thank you, and I will talk to you tomorrow, Cathy. Thank you, Unicorn.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Cathy. Okay. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Wow, this is awesome. I can't believe it worked out this way. Oh, I love her so much. You don't understand. She's like my family. Yes, and there you go. Take care, Miss Cathy. We love you. Okay. I am tired. I am going to go I'm going to bed early. I'm going to try. I love you, Unicorn. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And thank you for all your questions. And I'll see what's going on tomorrow. I'm not sure. Keep an eye with Bobbles and find out what how she's doing and stuff, and see if there's anything planned for Saturday. If not, maybe we'll do this again, or if I'm with Heidi Black or anything like that. I don't know what's going on with Heidi, but you guys take care of yourself. And if I don't see you tomorrow, have a great Friday. And tomorrow will be my fun Friday. Yay! But have a great evening. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.